It's a USL Championship Saturday night. A warm evening in downtown Tulsa. Lexington SC paying a visit to the Scissortails, looking for their first win in the series. Hi fans, alongside of Chaz Carroll, I'm Josh Haley. Glad to have you with us. Quite frankly, into the night, the winner is ahead of the loser of this match.
Yeah, in the Western Conference, it is still absolutely anybody's ball game as to who can go higher or lower. Everybody is still in the mix. This is going to be a hotly contested game against two extremely competitive and surging teams right now. I mean, you don't always get this high stakes in the middle of the season. This can usually be a time of the year when somebody might take a break, take a layoff, especially, I mean, it's Christmas in July here at One Oak Field, but the only white Christmas is the white heat coming from the sun. It is about 95 degrees as we go to kickoff, and man, you can feel it, but it is going to be hotly contested as well.
Let's take a look at how these two teams have been able to find the back of the net as of late.
Yeah, FC Tulsa went ahead 1-0 on this ball from Jamie Weber, found center back Lamar Batista with a forward skill. Jamie Weber goes on to get the assist, the 1-0 win for Tulsa, and then it was Philip Goodrum, former FC Tulsa player, knocking in the shot cross to get the 2-0 win for Lexington against Oakland Roots last week.
Both of these two have been pretty sound defensively. Who knows, might only take one to win it tonight. Lineups and kickoff when we come back to One Oak Field.
You can feel it. In steady hands, in quiet rooms, in every, you're going to be okay. A beat shaped by 100 years of showing up in heart, brain, and trauma care. A place where advanced medicine meets the human heart. Because care isn't just a calling here. It's a promise we've kept for generations. Then, now, always. Ascension St. John.
Drive your career forward at the all-new Bill Knight Ford Pro Elite Commercial Sales and Service Center in Tulsa. Apply today.
Oklahoma Career Tech. It's where confidence is built.
It's more than just practice. It's developing the skills to build a successful future.
We're doing work that matters.
To more than just us.
So, when a family needs me,
When my community needs me,
when Oklahoma needs me,
I'll be ready.
What does it take to safely transport 1/3 of America's natural gas? To meet the ever-growing energy demands of revolutionary technologies? To cleanly, reliably, and affordably power the world? It takes experience. 117 years worth. Experience that helps society move towards brave new horizons in technology and innovation that continues powering the future of our nation and the globe. Experience powers us.
Tonight's match is brought to you by Ascension St. John. Ascension St. John is Tulsa's first Level 1 trauma center, the highest designation a hospital can receive for trauma care. So no matter what, no matter when, we're ready. Visit ascension.org/St. John. And by Williams, we make clean energy happen. By Tulsa Spine and Rehab, a team of specialists in one place, delivering lasting pain relief. Time now to introduce you to the starting 11. First for the home side, and Luke Spencer's squad, there's a little bit of a change there for them tonight.
Yeah, Harvey Sinclair goes out with an injury in the second half of last game against El Paso, and so in comes Joel Sangwa. You see him over there on the right side. He's going to be commanding that wing as Sinclair usually does. This is his first start for FC Tulsa. Shakes up the front. El Medcar moves from a more central position out wide to the left.
And for the visitors tonight, Lexington SC, what should we look out for?
Yeah, they're creative and finishing by committee. You've got Aaron Malloy and Philip Goodrum both tied for the team lead with 4 goals apiece. They don't care who scores, they just want to get it done. But both, although they can score at a high rate, are also looking to pass. Look for them to be the real creators in a lot of different ways, but they like to strike fast. They like to possess the ball.
Yeah, they certainly do. And this is a team that has been able to score early and often. In fact, that might be one of the keys for tonight for both of these sides, really, is for FC Tulsa, can you hold the league's best team early on? They've scored 5 goals in the opening 15 minutes of matches this year.
Yeah, and by contrast, FC Tulsa has only allowed 1 goal in that same time frame in 2026. So, I mean, you're going to see, I think across the board, it's a tale of two cities. It's a tale of two teams with very different schemes out there. FC Tulsa is going to be overall fairly content to let Lexington play in their own half. They're going to sit in a nice low block, and they're going to wait for the opportunity to go in for a hard press. Meanwhile, Lexington is going to be patient, and they're going to look to make runs. You see them come out in a 4-2-3-1. They're going to really be looking for channels to get through that low block of Tulsa.
FC Tulsa starting to get back a little bit more healthy. They're far from that point and far from full strength, that's for sure. Not every team in the league publishes injury reports or active statuses, but you know, for FC Tulsa, really from the first month of the season on, they have not been playing with a full deck of cards, not anywhere close. And so, Chaz, when you look at where they're at right now, a potential win out of a top 2 spot in the Western Conference. Truly remarkable what Luke Spencer and this next man up mentality has done.
Yeah, and that's the West for you. It was this way last year. It's this way again. Here is we're at about the midway point. FC Tulsa on 22 points, sitting in 5th in the league. Lexington sitting just a point behind them in 6th. This is a big 3 points. Both teams are going to be going for it. Neither are going to be content with a tie because they both know how big 3 points can be to separate from each other, but also from the rest of the pack in a conference that hasn't seen a whole lot of separation yet.
You know, sometimes the common mentality might be if we go on the road, let's just find a way to earn a point. Somebody forgot to tell Lexington SC that they go for it all. You go back to earlier this month when they visited the Eastern Conference top team, Tampa Bay, a 4-1 victory. I mean, very decisive, and that caught the attention of the rest of the league. Just about set to go here tonight. We do expect hydration breaks on a warm evening in northeast Oklahoma. And look out, already getting a little bit feisty here.
It's going to be a competitive game, Josh. Both of these teams are coming in with a chip on their shoulder with something to prove.
Underway at One Oak Field. And a free kick awarded here for FC Tulsa just outside of the box.
Yeah, very dangerous spot right there in the middle of the D, as they call it. That high press from Tulsa, they take their time and then they attack right here. They just go for it right off the bat. It looks like El Medkar was applying the pressure, caught a high foot, and has earned a dangerous free kick early.
You can say that again, and this has kind of been that spot, if you will. Jamie Weber has been so dynamic in the set-piece game, including the assist on the lone goal last week to the man standing beside him right now, Lamar Batista.
And this has been Jamie Weber's role most of the year to take this kick. I'd be pretty shocked if Lamar Batista is the one to put a foot on it, but he fancies himself some striker skill for a center back. Proved that with the goal last week and actually scored against Lexington last year.
Weber off of the wall. Lucas Stoffer able to chase it down and possess. Nice touch into the corner. Outran him just a little bit. And a goal kick here in the early stages for Oliver Simlay and company. First-year head coach Mac Hemme, and he has got this squad humming right now, Chaz.
Yeah, they've won 5 out of their last 7 games. They had a couple results that didn't go their way kind of in the middle of that, but I think it goes back a few games to their game against Tampa Bay Rowdies, who lead the entire league in points over there in the East, and they took it to them and I think put the league on notice. Hemi said after their last game, a 2-0 win against Oakland Roots, that he was proud of how he saw the guys turn it on after a couple losses. He knew that they were better than that.
Some space out wide. Songwa. It was a good job to poke the toe in there by Aaron Malloy. He'll wear number 6 as you see him pop the ball up to himself. That's one of the more impactful players on the field on both sides, as he's proven this year. Very dangerous.
Yeah, Malloy was a big get for Lexington this offseason on the way from Charleston Battery. He set the intra-league transfer record, so that's transferred record between two USL Championship teams. And then about 2 weeks later, Philip Goodrum came from Louisville and set the record once again. A lot of commitment from Lexington to get these big players in.
Well, a great disruptive play there by Logan Dorsey of FC Tulsa. They thought they had earned the throw, but instead it's going to come the other way. Dorsey just had the defender baffled in that moment. He didn't take the angle the defender expected him to and kind of locked him up. It's been a calling card of sorts for Luke Spencer's squad at times this year. It's not having a go. That's the type of player we were just talking about, Malloy, and how dangerous he is. You can never sleep on him if he's got the ball.
No, you can't set off at all.
Well, Luke Spencer's team, he talked about the sense of urgency that his team had last home match. It had been some time without playing at home, and after the long league-wide break, then they had a match here rained out. And so they were eager to get back on the field, and they showed it with that 1-0 victory over El Paso Locomotive FC. Kucheski shoved down, and this will be a free kick. Let's take a look at our keys to the game presented by Case and Associates FC Tulsa. Chaz?
Yeah, FC Tulsa is going to want to finish their chances. As a team that doesn't sit with a ton of possession, sometimes they can limit their chances, and so they have to take advantage when they do get their chances, especially against a skilled team like Lexington. As far as winning the set-piece battle, they have some tall guys, as we see Sissoko and Goodrum get tangled up. And they were both assessed yellows there, Josh. 2 early yellows.
Sissoko arguing his case. Now, he wears the captain's armband, and that's a guy that has so much emotion and passion just overflowing, and the Tulsa crowd loves him for it. When he makes a good play, he's letting you know about it. When he feels like maybe he should have done better, he's letting you know about it. And right there, very animated and trying to explain his case, plead his case to the referee.
Yeah, Sissoko came in last year, and right off the bat, his leadership was evident, and pretty quickly earned the captain's armband for FC Tulsa. Goodrum picks up his 6th yellow on the season. He actually leads Lexington in yellow cards.
Not shying away from action. As we get set to resume play. Just 1 point separating these two. 21 points coming in for Lexington SC. That's a good ball played over top. Now in the box. Laid back. Left at the top. Ian heads it up and out of the 18. Blaine Ferry will play it wide. Jamie Weber came in just a little bit too hot, commits the foul. And this will be the first real opportunity of note for the visiting side. Now, time nearly stood still there for a moment as that play developed. Coming in near post with ball and no defender in between. Wondered if you might just see one plastered at Dane Jacoman. Instead, they elected to play it back.
Looks like Malloy and Ferry both standing over it.
Jacoman happy with the placement of his wall. It's Ferry, deflected off the wall and out. And a corner kick coming for Lexington. Bill Knight Ford Pro Elite is here, from a name you've trusted for almost 2 decades. A commercial sales and service center to serve the hardworking business of our state. Open this March. Visit BillKnightFordProElite.com for details. Khalil Ahmedkar ended up on the ground. And the referee will do some housekeeping here. Meanwhile, Philip Goodrum making himself right at home, using Dane Jacoman's water bottle to hydrate and give himself a cool splash over the top of the dome. Malloy curls it in near post. And Ian got shoved in the back. Free kick to bring it the other way for FC Tulsa. So they fend off a couple of early set piece opportunities from the visitors in the all-white kits.
And you can see pretty quickly, it looks like Lexington wants to really set the tone that they are not going to back down from any kind of challenge from the physical center backs of FC Tulsa. I mean, Batista, Sissoko, Ian, all 3 of those guys like to mix it up, and Lexington saying, hey, we can do just the same.
Coming in late there to clip Malloy. Oh, that aspect that you just mentioned, though, Chaz, that's a pretty valuable thing whenever we start to get it in September and October as we take another look.
Yeah, you see he was physical from the beginning. Weber wasn't looking to make contact necessarily, but he does go hip to hip, which obviously you can't do. Comes across Malloy, and that's going to be a foul every time.
But just to be able to go into somebody else's domain and show no intimidation, that's the recipe of champions, or part of it anyway.
Yeah.
Crucial ingredients come October.
And Lexington, especially here at One Oak Field, have multiple players in the lineup that are quite familiar, former Scissor Tails, which we'll get to a little bit more later, but plenty of guys used to playing in this environment.
Sangwa strong on ball. Now Dorsey splits 2 defenders to Bailey Sparks. Having a cross deflected back. And a yellow card issued to FC Tulsa's Logan Dorsey.
Yeah, Tulsa's a little bit upset. They think Ferry might have been looking for contact, and maybe he was, maybe he wasn't, but Dorsey does come in. We'll get a look at it here. FC Tulsa creating really well. This is what they like to do. Kind of have that center forward be a little bit behind, spray to the wings. This the kind of chance that you can expect to come from FC Tulsa, and then the foul to follow. Strategic one.
That's our 3rd LaCourse Law yellow card of the match already.
Like we said, it's hot on the field. It's going to be hotly contested. These are 2 teams that don't back down from anybody and take a lot of pride in that.
Tulsa packed in tight in the back. Now a little bit of space to work. Clipped in. Sissoko heads it away.
Yeah, and what you saw there is kind of what we were talking about during the lineup breakdown, Josh, of how Tulsa's kind of running 3 lines of guys, but they'll pack in. So how does a guy like that slip in between the spots as he gets in between those 2 lines, which is where that third of 4 lines that Lexington has is going to try and sit right in front of the back line and find that exact pocket of space. It's called the pocket, so you can turn and get a good play on it like they did.
It's a space when it does happen, though. Perhaps a strength of FC Tulsa, particularly with the 3 center backs on the back line. Veterans, the expected starters, with those guys back, it's a spot you don't see him panic in, even when somebody's got ball at feet from 25 yards out.
No, and that's exactly right. And these are 3 guys that played together last year as well. They kept those 3 center backs intact, did FC Tulsa, and you can see it. They have a confidence. They don't panic when somebody does start to break down the block, like you said.
Jamie Weber plays through. Bailey Sparks in the box. Bailey Sparks, far post, and just off frame as Dorsey slid in. What an opportunity.
And that, once again, very similar to the last chance that we saw them have a few minutes ago. They like to go inside out. They're going to try and cut you up the middle and go wide as FC Tulsa. That time almost working out a matter of inches there. Dorsey just behind the ball, pops it up over.
Well, it was Jamie Weber who started that with a great ball through to Sparks. And Weber has been the creator, assists in 4 of his last 5 matches overall across all competitions. Fans, don't forget to watch the USL on ESPN2 August 1st for a championship battle of powerhouse teams. Trying to shield here is Sangwa. And whistled for a foul. It'll be from the Eastern Conference. First place, Tampa Bay Rowdies aim to keep the top spot with a win over the reigning Players' Shield winners, Louisville City FC. That's Saturday, August 1st at 8 p.m. Eastern on ESPN2.
2 of the premier teams in this league and have been for a long time. Both really well-run, well-respected clubs.
Now, certainly no one will overlook them during this back half stretch of the season. The proof in the pudding, as they say. Tampa Bay right now leading the Eastern Conference and more points overall than anybody in the league. And we'll see our 4th LaCourse Law yellow card of the match. That time issued to Nick Firmino.
Yeah, 50-50 ball in the midfield. We'll get another look at it, kind of see how that went down. Ball pops up. Both guys go for it in the circle. Yeah, and I don't know how much Firmino knew about that, but you do have to be aware of your surroundings. He catches all player there. Lucas Stauffer coming in crashing, gets the ball, wins it cleanly, forward momentum. And Firmino just got all body. That's going to be a yellow card most of the time.
Kept in bounds. Ball at feet for Jamie Weber. Just overshot his intended target, Bailey Sparks. But Jamie Weber, such composure on ball. You could lock him up in a phone booth with 2 defenders and he'd find his way out of it.
He really can. He and Sparks are both really creative players, honestly in different ways a little bit, but they can both really make something out of nothing, kind of create out of thin air. It's been big to have two guys like that in there in the middle, and then Kaczewski sits behind him and can dictate play and kind of be more of a stalwart that allows them to be creative, knowing that there's not as much risk with a guy like him behind him.
The big news sweeping across FC Tulsa this week and really drawing a lot of buzz was the signing of forward Archimedes Ordonez, a Guatemalan who has valuable international experience and success alongside of it, has really created a buzz amongst this FC Tulsa fan base, giving him one more option on the offensive side, and that goes along with, Chaz, we saw the return last week of Stefan Lukic. That was huge.
Yeah, having Lukic as a spark, a leader, a fan favorite. I mean, scored clutch goal after clutch goal last year. But having this young 22-year-old striker, Ordonez, they call him Kimi. That's what he goes by. He goes by Kimi. And the club seems to be really, really excited about him.
Boy, excellent job to keep possession there by Rodelio Rodriguez. Now Malloy. Pop through. Having a go with the left foot, and it's deflected out for a corner. FC Tulsa did well there with their back against the wall, not to allow a shot on frame.
And you see three defenders throw themselves at the ball. Let's check this out. Ferry on his left foot. You see three guys collapsing on it, three FC Tulsa players on the ground. That is Luke Spencer soccer right there. His guys land it all out. Sissoko was fired up, got the crowd fired up, and rightfully so.
Curled in. Jacoman punches it out. An attempt at a half volley is sent into the crowd. Get a great rate with Tinker Federal Credit Union on a car, truck, boat, RV, or motorcycle loan. Plus, refinance your auto loan from another institution with TFCU, and you could get a rate reduction or cash back. Visit tinkerfcu.org or a TFCU branch location for more details. And to become a member with one of the nation's leading not-for-profit credit unions.
Just going back to Kimi Ordonez there, Josh, I think having another attacking player, Stefan Lukic, excellent, coming off the bench and really a heart player. But it's another game without FC Tulsa's leading scorer, Remy Cabral, leads the team in 5 goals, but he's had to miss the last few matches. So getting somebody else in his absence to go both create and score, just getting to see Ordonez's highlights, highly creative, quick, sharp player who I think is going to bring a real edge to this attack. And he's in the lineup. We might get to see him.
Yep. Space outside of the box. A little bit too much mustard on that pass. Jacob Green was trying to turn one around and send service back into the 6. Xavier Zenge.
Yeah, you can tell they've got a plan for breaking down this back line. But as Tulsa has been most of the year, they are bend but don't break.
Bailey Sparks keeping it in. Lucas Stauffer had his eye set on goal there, but deflected out. And a long throw to come here. this is a spot where they really miss a guy like Harvey St. Clair who can throw it into the box from this angle like a set piece, which we've seen goals created on this year.
He can toss that thing a mile, and Stauffer right now is seeing if that fence can be moved so he can get a little bit more room. Or maybe he's drying his hands off, hard to say, but we'll see what kind of launch he's got.
Headed on into the safekeeping of Oliver Simlay. Ball played through, and in position, Lamar Batista.
Batista, risky decision not to just clear it away or try to go wide with it. He is good with his feet. He's confident. It almost caught up to him there.
Malloy out wide for Green. Marcus Epps gives it back. That's where FC Tulsa can kind of wear you down mentally. Just giving you no options, and eventually somebody maybe grows a little bit impatient or gets a little bit too optimistic with a pass.
And they will wait. They will wait. That was one of the other keys to the game we didn't quite get to, but being patient off of the ball. And then when they smell blood, then they'll go press.
Strong on ball right there, but Ian finally outnumbered 3-1. Lost it, and Malloy wasting no time to pull the trigger. Boy, there is just no rest when Aaron Malloy has the ball come his direction. He's the one that forced the turnover there.
Yeah, no, you can't. He is as hard of a worker as there is in this league. He does not sit back and let his skill do all the talking for him. He is going to sit there and mix it up. He is going to look around. He's going to find teammates. But if he sees space like that, he's going to be going for that top corner. Just didn't get the bend on it that he wanted.
There's a look at the possession so far. And while Tulsa's been a team that's been more than comfortable playing without the ball this year, that's about as staggering of a number as it has gotten.
That's a substantial difference, but it really does accentuate the two different play styles. Tulsa usually more in the 40 to 45% possession, other team around 55, but Lexington's usually that team that's around 55 to 60%. And so you see that here in these first 25 minutes. See how consistent that is over the game.
Even with that, you know, as far as quality opportunities go, you're kind of looking at yourself about even right now. Yes, Lexington SC has had more set piece opportunities on corners and free kicks in the final third, but a couple of times when FC Tulsa's been able to get out and run, they've liked to work into that right corner for Bailey Sparks, and it's created some good opportunities.
No, that's completely fair. Tulsa's gotten into some dangerous areas and just hasn't quite had the final touch, but it has been a matter of inches for the Scissortails.
A little 1-2. Curled back. Sangwa turns it out for a throw-in.
Yeah, it's another dangerous play in from Lexington. They're continuing to work. Really, that right side is where they've had their best opportunities.
Sangwa got the feet tangled up there. A foul nonetheless against Marcus Epps. And a good spot here for Malloy and company.
Yeah, interested in how he sets this up. Looks like he's going to put it on his right foot. You can expect an in-swinging cross from this position. The ref's going to have an eye on guys jostling down there. Already been a physical game, as we've noted.
Curled towards back post, and Jacoman could take no chance. Falling to his back, punches it away.
Yeah, such a dangerous play on that ball because the keeper has to stay on his line for an extra second. Anticipating somebody might be making a run at the back, but it looks like it was bending just maybe into that inside or outside post, bending to the inside of it. Very dangerous cross from Malloy. Puts Jacoman in a hard spot.
Another corner kick for Blaine Ferry and company. That deflection a mile high.
Giving the One Oak building a run for its money.
And there was some contact away from the ball. And a yellow card issued to Lamar Batista.
Yeah, and again, it's a tangle up with Phil Goodrum. And Sissoko really trying to plead. He probably feels like these center backs are being baited into it by Goodrum. Goodrum's playing the game with inside the game. And now we've got two center backs with yellows, and it looks like
is that Stauffer?
Lucas Stauffer might have just been issued a yellow card as well. Lexington, of course, Stauffer's old club. He's going to have a lot of passion about this game.
That's 6 LaCourse Law yellow cards already.
And again, it's a dangerous spot. Yeah, we can confirm Lucas Stauffer did, in fact, get that yellow card that we'd mentioned.
It's Malloy right into the wall. And Dane Jacoman is down on the field for FC Tulsa. Well, the veteran and the career saves and shutouts leader for USL Championship play, Alex Tambakis, who'd been banged up a little bit lately. He is suited up tonight and is available. That's the last thing anybody wanted to see on the FC Tulsa side, though, as we have indeed hit a hydration break, and so it'll give some time to Dane Jacoman, and hopefully he's able to continue.
Now, we've mentioned a few of these players quite a few times already. Philip Goodrum, Blaine Ferry, Milo Yosef, Marcus Epps, all former FC Tulsa players just within the last few years playing for Lexington SC. Bit of a homecoming for these former Scissortails. You can tell it's not necessarily a warm one. They want to come in here and get a win against their old team. But you see Goodrum, Ferry, Epps. Those are 3 guys who are regular contributors for Lexington. And then Milo Yosef, he was injured all of last year and has just kind of started to get back into the mix for Lexington. They'll be happy to see him back. He did make the trip. He is on the bench for Lexington tonight. A lot of connections. They've even got players from TU. Those aren't the only Tulsa connections right there.
Yeah, a guy like Malik Henry Scott, who we could see off of the bench tonight for Lexington, has had a very productive year. Electric player up top and out on the wings. Well, Dane Jacoman is up, so that's a great thing to see. And appears to be okay and able to continue. Ascension St. John is Tulsa's first Level 1 trauma center, the highest designation a hospital can receive for trauma care. So no matter what, no matter when, we're ready. Visit ascension.org/St. John. Now, Dane Jacoman, that's a guy that has really impressed the FC Tulsa front office with his work ethic.
Yeah, and the readiness to come in at a moment's notice. When you get a guy like Alex Tambakis, who is a USL Championship legend, that's still playing, still chasing the clean sheet record. I think right now he's tied or maybe second in USL Champ history on clean sheets. When you got a guy like that who you know is going to be stationed in front of you on the depth chart, it could be easy to switch off. But Jacoman has played a lot of first-team ball. He is used to being a starter. That's what he expects of himself, and that's how he prepares, as though he's going to be the starter. And I think that has paid off tremendously for FC Tulsa this year. They've got a completely new goalkeeper room as opposed to last year. Got brand new guys in. They even had a transfer out. Tristan Henry transferred out last week to Las Vegas. And so that goalkeeper room is strong, but it's new. And so to have a guy like Jacoman at the ready backing up Tambakis is huge when a guy takes a knock.
Now they've also got the youngster who we've seen suited up as well in Noah Adams, hometown guy, won a club national championship, and plenty of potential right there in the box. Turned outside. This will be whistled as a foul. But that must be quite the experience, though, if you're a guy like Noah Adams, the young goalkeeper, the 18-year-old, the experience of Dane Jacoman and Alex Tambakis to be able to draw from, right? What an opportunity.
Absolutely. And Adams knows his role. I got to talk with him yesterday a little bit, and he knows what he's here for, and he's just here to soak it all up. But like you said, a kid with high success. He went to Bishop Kelly High School, just graduated, and that ECNL National Championship really can't be understated. That really is a high achievement for that level. And I mean, it's a guy who brings quality. FC Tulsa wouldn't have him rostered, and not just a practice player, but fully rostered, if he didn't bring a quality element to that goalkeeper room.
Yeah, on the academy contract. So too, like the youngster Zion Saranga. He's got a lot of high hopes, a lot of potential they see there as well. Boy, that was another yellow card issued. LaCourse Law yellow handed out to Xavier Zenge as Stoffer is down.
Yeah, at first glance, that looked like a high-impact collision. Take a look at it. You hope it's just a stinger. Stoffer gets there. You see Zenge stick his foot in there. Not terribly malicious, but once again, a dangerous play where he doesn't get any of the ball. So he sees yellow. I feel for head official Jeremy Shear. He's got a lot that he's trying to keep under control here.
2 of the last 3 matches for each of these 2 teams, they've been able to find the back of the net in the final 3 minutes or stoppage time of the first half. So maybe something to keep in mind here as we come down the stretch. Katrina Freshmack's corner kick might just be the recipe for FC Tulsa. A lot of congestion in the box. Goodrum got a touch to it just before the challenge.
Yeah, and the Lexington bench came out of their seats. I think they wanted to see a yellow, maybe as the equivalent of the one that Zenge just received. Take a look at it. Yeah, you see Goodrum gets there. Sungwa doesn't get the ball. You can tell he's not going for the man. The ball's just put past him. But he gets Goodrum. It's a foul every time.
Low cross in, headed straight up by Batista. Lexington SC, I think, lobbying there for a potential handball.
Yeah.
So right at the edge of the 18.
They were, and it might have gotten some FC Tulsa arm, but from our vantage point, it looked like it was tucked or at least in a natural position.
Yeah, still part of the body appeared what the call would be, as there were eyes locked on it.
Especially in the box. That would be a hard one to give, resulting in a penalty.
From 32,000 miles of infrastructure today to the energy innovations of tomorrow, connecting people to power and communities to their future, Williams, we make clean energy happen. Another foul, and at this rate, might very well see one of these 2 teams reach their single match high on the season.
Not shocked by that, given what we expected coming into this game.
Excellent flick on there by Sangwa. Sparks taking it and running. Still on the loose. Bailey Sparks cuts it back. Slotted across. But intercepted by Ferry. Blaine Ferry stepped in the passing lane. Here's Weber having a go.
It's a nice bit of play from FC Tulsa. Again, it feels like these moments come completely against the run of play. Lexington's been in possession for a long time, but then out of nowhere, if you fall asleep on FC Tulsa, they will strike quick. Once again, Bailey Sparks, the facilitator over there on that right side.
You get the feeling the last few matches that Bailey Sparks is on the verge of just breaking out. Like you could see a brace or a 2-assist match from him. He's made such good runs, well-timed runs, and been able to navigate through some traffic as well to get into the box.
Yeah, he's absolutely coming into his own. You can see his confidence growing. Another really young player for FC Tulsa that they're excited about. A big pickup for this season. And right now he's been mostly creating, passing, crossing. But last game he had those 2 shots, one that went just wide of the post and the other that went off the crossbar. Might have been a tip save from the El Paso keeper. But he was inches from a couple of goals, and I think he's feeling that momentum.
A throw in, just not on the same page. Let's go back to that last run.
Yeah, this was Sparks cutting in, chopping it on his right foot, crossing it with his left. You can tell he's looking for Kaczewski there. Just a little bit off. Then Batista goes and creates with a lovely flick. And that's a spot Jamie Weber loves to find the ball in.
Get exclusive updates and offers, plus a chance to win a free Route 66 jersey by joining the FC Tulsa Text Club. Get breaking club news and exclusive deals sent straight to your phone. Visit fctulsa.com/text club and sign up today. Now, the normal black and gold kits are a classic, one of the league's best looks, if you ask me. But these special edition Route 66 jerseys, the black and blue, they do it upright as well.
Yeah, they do. I would say, I mean, FC Tulsa's kits the last couple years have not missed much. Wouldn't mind seeing them bringing back that patina green that became a staple.
Coleman giving it a ride. Fans, don't forget to watch the USL Championship in Spanish on 2DN, the nation's leading Spanish language sports network. Go to uslchampionship.com for the complete USL TV listings. Good patience there by Epps. Well, makes a run, but Sangwa had the advantage on him. And good shielding out by Sangwa, who's making his first start in only his second appearance this year since FC Tulsa picked him up on a 25-day contract. You know, he came off the bench last Saturday night, Chaz, and immediately the ball found him on multiple occasions, and he was up to the challenge every time.
Yeah, for a guy who is technically played only 11 USL Championship minutes, he looks really comfortable and confident so far. Marcus Epps over there on that same wing is not an easy task. That's a veteran who knows what to do, knows how to create, knows how to use the sideline to his own advantage. And so far, Sangwa has had him under control, minimized his impact while creating some of his own on offense. He's been the one to feed Bailey Sparks going forward a couple times.
The fourth official has indicated there will be a minimum of 3 minutes of Tulsa Tech stoppage time added here in the first half. Ian had stepped forward to intercept the pass, but then had it taken away by Malloy, and to prevent a counter. Not the worst decision anybody ever made right there. Don't want to get Malloy out on a counterattack.
The Irishman is not who you want to let loose at all. Ian kind of found himself a little bit higher up the pitch, knew that there would be a hole behind him amongst those three center backs. So he made a business decision.
And a good one at that. He might have been asking himself, how long will I have to hold on to this guy before I get that whistle?
Yeah, Malloy did a good job, although undersized against Ian.
Sparks applying a little bit of pressure. Shots 6-5 in favor of Lexington, but the only shot on goal from FC Tulsa's Jamie Weber just a few minutes ago. 7 combined LaCourse Law yellow cards here in the first half.
So they either thought that Malloy set piece was across or going off frame.
Danger Coleman was right, though, not to take the chance and find out.
Yeah, you want to be sure there.
Waning seconds to this first half. Stoffer thinking to send one long, perhaps, maybe one final run. El Medcar, a little bit of space. Bailey Sparks now. He's got an overlap option. Sangwa takes it. Back to Sparks. Touch. Shot deflected. And into the safekeeping of Simlay.
Yeah, that's another great run. Same right wing.
That deflected. So both teams finding a way to get it at feet inside of the other's box in just the final minute of stoppage time in this first half. But no one the wiser. Scoreless after 45 minutes plus, Chaz.
Yeah, and that's about as entertaining as a 0-0 halftime as you're going to have. Hotly contested like we thought. Bunch of shots already, a couple on goal, a lot of scrappy play. Pretty good soccer despite all the fouls.
Indeed it is. It's going to be a great second half. Fans are enjoying themselves. A warm night, Christmas in July festivities. Santa's here. And the Christmas designed t-shirt giveaways paying tribute to the fans here on a July night.
A lot of cricks in my neck.
Lower back completely went out.
And everything hurt all at once.
You need to go to Tulsa Spine and Rehab, see Dr. Riley.
He does an adjustment and I feel great after.
Each patient just gets 110% attention, no matter what they're here for or how long they're here.
When I leave here, I always feel so much better.
I feel stronger than I did before.
I'm happier, I feel better.
The reason that I have to stay well.
Cada decisión importa, especialmente cuando se trata de tu familia y tu futuro. Los procesos migratorios pueden ser complicados, pero no tienes que enfrentarlos solo. En Rivas y Asociados estamos aquí para orientarte y acompañarte en cada paso del camino, porque tus sueños merecen atención y cuidado. Rivas y Asociados, empoderando inmigrantes y construyendo futuros. Llama hoy.
For most people, a job is just a job. But for skilled trades professionals, it's something more. It's a way of life. At Tulsa Welding School, we believe in the trades, the skilled trades. And we believe that being a skilled trades professional isn't just a choice. It's a badge of honor that burns bright, strong, and proud. A way of life, a badge of honor.
This is the Williams halftime report. Scoreless after 45 minutes in downtown Tulsa. More to come after this.
And Wilson scores! Finally a breakthrough for Louisville City!
You ever just look at them and think, yeah, I'm doing all right.
This summer, get 1,000 bonus points and a chance to win 250,000 bonus points.
Hay mucha fiesta, señor Martino. Hay sed de revancha, doctor. Pero falta gol. Estamos a esperar a un gol. ¿Hugo? ¿Hugo Sánchez? Sí, tira para adelante. ¿Quién maneja? ¿Un futbolista? ¡Súbete, llegamos por fin! ¡Ay, bendito sea el chaparro, doctor! Hugo, ¿regreso a las canchas? ¿Algún consejo?
Sí, confía y cree en ti.
¡Ey! ¡Vas al norte! A donde me dé la oportunidad, pero listo para dar el paso. ¡Listo, vámonos!
This is your moment.
Prank Prince tires in the USL help soccer journeys everywhere to drive harder. From city playgrounds to suburban sidelines, from early mornings to late nights, from fun with friends to winner takes all, from the biggest fan to the biggest heart. And at every turn, Prince tires will be there for the long haul.
We all have goals. But let's be honest. Most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
FC Tulsa is back home for Greenwood Night on Wednesday, August 5th at 7:30 p.m. We're honoring the rich past and present of Black Wall Street and recognizing the history of the Greenwood District. The first 1,000 fans will get a limited edition Greenwood Night shirt. Be a part of the world soccer excitement and catch all the goals and electric energy of your own pro soccer team. Plus, meet the players after the game and get your gear signed. Cheer on your squad and enjoy the best live sports in the city. You get tickets from $16 at fctulsa.com.
Josh Haley and Chaz Carroll back with you from One Oak Field. We're scoreless at halftime. Time now to take a look at the USL Championship scoreboard. Lots of other action. It's a usual busy Saturday night. And there's San Antonio from the West taking care of business. They came in second place, 3 points back of Orange County SC right now. A 1-0 advantage over Brooklyn FC. And of course, Orange County SC, the Western Conference leader, will play later tonight. And some of these big-time scores, as we take a look at the league standings, Chaz, there's still so much room for teams to jump multiple spots with results this weekend.
Yeah, you look at Las Vegas Lights, they just picked up their win. That's going to move them. You see them in 11th coming into this game. That's going to bump them up to being even with Lexington and Oakland in 6th and 7th. This is the Western Conference. This is what's happening, I mean, across the league. You look at Orange County, they're going to have a chance to pull away as they play Monterey Bay here in last place. But for the time being, if San Antonio's result holds, they're going to be up there tied at the top of the West.
Well, it's time now for the USL halftime update. Here's Dan Lucas.
It is halftime in the USL Championship. We hope you're enjoying the match so far. I'm Dan Lucas inside the USL studio with a look at the headlines. It was an amazing accomplishment and USL history. Trevor Ammon's hat trick blew open Pittsburgh Riverhounds game against Louisville City. Ammon scored 3 goals in 3 minutes and 27 seconds, the fastest hat trick in league history. The Riverhounds collected a 3-1 victory on national TV. Construction is underway on Detroit City's new home. The groundbreaking for Alumni Phi Stadium took place last Wednesday with club partners, business leadership, as well as the mayor of Detroit on hand. The 15,000-seat stadium's planned opening is in 2028. The CONCACAF Under-20 Championship now underway in Mexico. 3 players from USL clubs are with the U.S. Under-20 team. Colton Swan of Charleston Battery and Brandon Days of Louisville City represent the championship. Braden Dunham represents Swarm FC of USL League Two. National Spotlight games in Championship and League One. Next Saturday, Tampa Bay hosting Louisville on ESPN2. August 5th, Richmond Kickers hosting the New York Cosmos on CBS SN. And then on the 8th, Monterey Bay hosts New Mexico United on CBS SN. This is the USL Halftime Update. Let's get you back out to your match.
Drive your career forward at the all-new Bill Knight Ford Pro Elite Commercial Sales and Service Center in Tulsa. Apply today.
When I come home, it's like I feel like I'm in my dream home. I've been doing a little research on HELOCs, and I went to Oklahoma Central Credit Union. They were wonderful. We've added pretty much a new addition to our house. We didn't even have to pay the closing costs. They paid it for us. So I've been with Oklahoma Central for quite a while. I'm not going anywhere else.
What does it take to safely transport 1/3 of America's natural gas? To meet the ever-growing energy demands of revolutionary technologies? To cleanly, reliably, and affordably power the world? It takes experience. 117 years worth. Experience that helps society move towards brave new horizons in technology and innovation that continues powering the future of our nation and the globe. Experience powers us.
Tonight's match is
not able to cash in there, but Weber pulls it, bounces it safely to the keeper.
As we look at our first half stats, brought to you by Bill Knight Ford. You see the shots close to even despite that big jump in possession.
Yeah, it's been most of it works.
Or the fact that you finish your goal celebration from the first two with enough time to score a third before you even hit 4 minutes. That in and of itself is impressive.
Yeah, those must have been really direct celebrations. Trevor was about his business. That's his character. He's not too flashy a guy.
I wonder if somebody maybe had a bug in the air saying, hey, let's see if we can just keep this going. Don't give the other team time to reset or time to collect their thoughts or get organized. Let's just keep coming right at them. That ended up being the case. And, of course, FC Tulsa will take on Pittsburgh in their next match Wednesday. That'll be a fun one to watch on a Wednesday night.
Yeah, maybe mark that guy.
Yeah.
Maybe go find that guy. You would think Louisville, after the first two in 2 minutes, and say, hey, maybe we keep an eye on him, and he got loose for the third. And they end up winning 4-1 over high-quality Lou City team.
I think there might be plenty of jawing going on in that one between Amen and some of those returning FC Tulsa defenders from a year ago that know him from training, and now they'll battle it out on a crucial Wednesday night. Well, there's Jamie Weber. He created his fair share of chances as usual. Now, we saw them work a heavy load towards that right side, feeding Bailey Sparks. It continued to produce opportunities. Is there a way for Lexington SC to shut that down and say, if you're going to get any chances, you're going to have to find it another way from the right side?
Yeah, I think if they're going to have that left back over there marking Bailey, they might just have to play off, because he's gotten in and around that corner and that pocket and created a lot. So you might have to tell that side to sag off in anticipation that FC Tulsa clearly saw something in film. Luke Spencer clearly wanted to exploit that exact space. They did it over and over and over again throughout that first half. Mac Hemme, the Lexington coach, is going to have to assess that and either throw over an extra body to deny the ball from even getting to Sparks, or sit that left back so that he can't get in and around and get open space where he's getting those good crosses in.
These fans are certainly back in full swing, happy that the schedule resuming. You know, we had that long break that stretched into early July, and well-deserved, especially with some of those temperatures that we're coming into now. Part of that break was the league-wide mental health break, which I think is a fantastic thing, and it's welcomed for sure. Everybody knows that it's necessary, but now you're in the grind, the dog days of July and August when it's 100 degrees outside.
Yeah, that break is bittersweet from a player perspective, because you lose a little bit of the momentum, but in the heat of the summer and in the middle of the season, that's a great time to be able to go see family if you can, or at least just relax from the grind, get to go do the things that you want to do that may not be soccer related.
FC Tulsa forcing a turnover there. That ball whipped in. They'll keep possession. Kocheski. Not deflected away. That could have been near disastrous, but they'll keep it for a throw.
Yeah, and we've seen it already, but both of these teams will have 11 guys defending at all times. I mean, it's Phil Goodrum, the center forward, the point of the spear for Lexington. And he's in there making tackles, making plays, disrupting the flow of FC Tulsa. And FC Tulsa is going to do the exact same thing. We've seen, like you said earlier, Sparks mixing it up. Everybody is in defending. Everybody's on the ball.
Feet getting tangled up in the corner. Referee saying nothing there on either side.
It's 12 on 12.
A lot of heavy involvement with the community for FC Tulsa, and you see that in the fan base, the crowd support, the corporate sponsorships. But something that's kind of popped up new over the past couple of years, the adult soccer leagues going on at the beautiful Ascension St. John facility, massive complex for training, but a beautiful indoor field.
Yeah, I've played in a couple of those adult leagues myself over the years. That is a class facility, and as far as the USL Championship goes, when FC Tulsa acquired that immediately put them at the very top of the league in training facility quality, and they're doing a lot to engage the community with it as well. They don't keep it to themselves.
Medkar took a little extra shove there from Zenge, and remember, he's already got a yellow in this match. You know, when there was a high quantity of yellows, certainly that captures everybody's attention, but it kind of puts you on high alert because you're one bad move or one misstep away from finding yourself playing the rest of the match a man down.
No, that's exactly right. And as a player, you really even have to tell yourself almost out loud if you need to, hey, I got to play smart. You have to play a little bit different. You don't go as strong into a blind tackle. Firmino's tackle, for example, he got that yellow card early. It wasn't maliciously intended, but he went into the ball blind. He can no longer do that. None of these players on yellows can. They have to be heads up, paying attention, fully knowing the situation around them so they don't get caught on accident.
Lots of space for Kacheski. Played forward, Medkar. Khalil on Medkar, trying to turn. Referee said nope. That was the turf monster that got you. Nobody on the Lexington side.
Yeah, it's hard to see. Maybe not enough contact to call it. And Medkar on that turn looked like he might have been going in between a couple defenders already. Figured he'd take his chance, maybe try to draw a foul, but there was none to be given.
Same patience being given there to the FC Tulsa side as Malloy went down in the midfield.
I mean, really, that exact situation is what bit Phil Goodrum a few games ago for Lexington when they were playing their heated rival Louisville, his old club. And he picked up his second yellow early.
Great run down. Sangwa sends it towards back post. Well, he'd like to have that one back. Overshot everybody, including Lucas Stauffer, who had a ton of space. Sparks. Well, those are good touches in tight spaces. Medkar curled across and headed away and out for Katrina Freshmack's corner kick. Let's look at the previous run of play where Sangwa had it on the wing.
Yeah, he gets by Jacob Green, gets free. Green goes to ground. Sangwa just scoops it, gets under it. He would have liked to hit that ball a little bit more centrally. Instead, he kind of gets under the part of the grass, Sends it flying, hits it a little bit more like a goal kick. Obviously not his intention. But then you see him come right back down that right side. They're still seeing something that they like.
It's not broken, don't fix it. And Lexington SC has not been able to stop it. They applied more pressure during this last sequence. And some precise one-touch from the home side. Ultimately able to earn this corner. Jamie Weber curled in towards back post. Logan Dorsey, the closest man to it.
Yeah, Dorsey chasing it, picked it up at the back post, just about on the byline, tried to make something of it. Really tough ball to be able to handle. Kind of skips off the top of his foot instead of the inside like he would have wanted.
Every decision matters, especially when it comes to your family. Rivas and Associates are here to guide you and support you every step of the way. Rivas and Associates, empowering immigrants and building futures. Foul there against FC Tulsa. This is where teams have to be careful. Anybody who's watched any film on FC Tulsa, as we see another yellow card. This one issued to Bailey Sparks.
Yeah, let's take a look at that. Sparks comes in, and he comes in fast. He gets the ball, but he does go through the man to get there. Sparks will think that's a little bit harsh because he got ball, and that's his first foul. But the ref really just trying to keep a lid on everything that's going on here.
Those are the areas, though, FC Tulsa has been able to capitalize on a lot this year. Defense creating offense. Just gradually closing down space when the opponent's trying to work out of their own third. Getting word now that that yellow card was actually issued to FC Tulsa's bench. So, as you mentioned, Sparks thought it was a little bit harsh, and indeed it was not, which I think you had a point there. It was nothing that Bailey Sparks had to have been warned earlier in the match either, so.
No, I would imagine something was said down there or expressed that the referee Shear is not too fond of. Probably not exchanging Christmas carols this Christmas in July.
Ton of space here for Stauffer on the near side, and they find it trying to switch. In the box. Now Medcar plays back. Now Batista trying to switch to the back corner. Headed out, and another Katrina Freshmax corner kick coming for the Scissortails.
Yeah, you don't see many center backs putting in a nice in-swinger just at the top of the six. He was looking for the noggin of Bailey Sparks, and it was there, if not for Jacob Green, who did a good job. Knew right where Sparks was, felt him, got in front of him, rose up, sent it safely behind. That's another threatening cross, though, from FC Tulsa.
Weber. It's headed away. Ian sends it right back into the mixer and headed away from frame. FC Tulsa claiming it was off of Lexington. No such luck to win the argument, though. Let's take another look.
Yeah, Weber, another quality ball into the near post. Picked up well by Ian. Ian clips it back in a dangerous spot. You see Batista fighting with Goodrum in there. Couldn't tell who was last off of. Definitely got a piece of Goodrum, but might have gotten Batista on the way out.
Stauffer, clean takeaway. And then gets tripped up in the run. And I think Stauffer there saying, hey, that's a potential opportunity that was wiped away. How about a card?
So you see Ian clip this in, left-footed cross. Yeah, it looks like it might come off the back of Phil Goodrum's head. Tough one to call in the mixer.
Tyreek Scott is going to come in for Lexington SC. We were talking about his older brother, Malik Henry Scott, who starred for the University of Tulsa and legendary coach Tom McIntosh, the Golden Hurricane. And so his younger brother, who was born in Brooklyn, part of the FC Dallas Academy in his youth career. Dorsey trying to chest that down. Scott coming on for Firmino.
Yeah, it's a like-for-like sub there. One forward for another.
That pass off the mark.
Yeah, and I think you see there Green doing a better job that time. They're trying to have that combination of Sangwa to Bailey Sparks. But Green was in the channel that they wanted to go, made the pass tough on Sangwa.
Player down for FC Tulsa in the middle of the field. That's Sissoko, the captain.
And that's him and Goodrum again and getting tangled up. Off the ball. Missed what exactly happened though, but see Sissoko holding his back there.
Well, they've been awfully happy to have the big center back in action as of late. Sissoko starting just his 7th match in championship competition this season, and this is match 15 for FC Tulsa. So for a guy that was helping anchor that stingy back line from a Western Conference Championship season in 2025, they've been excited to have him back on the field.
Yeah, he brings a lot, like we've talked about, his leadership, his strength. You see him in the center of those 3 center backs. He really is the anchor of that line, and having him back, he wanted to go the full 90 last game. I got to chat with him earlier today, and he said he's hopeful that as he gets back to fitness that maybe he can go the full 90 tonight. FC Tulsa would sure be a big fan of that, but Luke Spencer after the game last week really praised the depth of this center back room and just the defender room in general. I mean, you've got guys like Alonzo Clark and Delence Pierre who can get in that position and be really successful like they've proved throughout the year.
Trying to get numbers forward. Onside is Dorsey. Well, a good job to find space in a disadvantage numbers-wise counterattack. A little bit of hesitation there by Batista to step forward. He might have been shielded.
And I think that's one of those plays where you think about the yellow card that you're on.
As Kacheski gets fouled. That's Goodrum again.
Read Goodrum's lips saying he got the ball. We'll take another look. See if it's true. Physical play, shoulder to shoulder there. Kacheski. Yeah, Goodrum might have a case. He did get the ball first, and then there's some contact up at the torso. Shoulder to shoulder is allowed if it's playing the ball. Ref seem to think that there was more in it than that. Sets up a dangerous spot for this free kick for Jamie Weber.
Well, it feels like it's only a matter of time with the body of work from Jamie Weber. You give him so many free kicks in a match, and he's going to find one. That knocked away by the keeper, and then he was knocked to his backside. Oliver Simlay in position to get the pause on it and redirect that initial opportunity.
Yeah, and fair play. Batista's coming in, making a fair challenge at it. Didn't come in too hard, but another really dangerous ball in from Weber, just a hair close to Simlay. Batista's there, and he turns and he helps him up. Nothing intended there.
And we were just talking about Malik Henry Scott. He will indeed come onto the match. He comes on for Goodrum. So Malik Henry Scott, who scored 17 goals for the University of Tulsa during some great seasons for the Golden Hurricane. Going to back-to-back NCAA tournaments. Making deep runs at that. Joe Hafferty in as well for Lexington.
Yeah, that Hafferty sub is interesting. That's a defender in Hafferty coming on for the winger Epps, and you wonder if as this game grinds on, if Lexington's going to start to be more comfortable just playing for a point on the road.
In as few as 7 months, you could be a trained welder, HVAC refrigeration technician, or electrician. Learn more at tws.edu. That's tws.edu. And we'll see subs now for FC Tulsa for the first time tonight. Delence Pierre will come on for the home side, taking over for Joel Sangwa. And making his FC Tulsa debut, Kimi Ordonez, the Guatemalan striker. And this crowd, they had been eagerly anticipating that debut, and now they're going to get it with plenty of time left on the clock for him to try to work some magic.
Yeah, Delence Pierre, we mentioned him earlier. That's a high quality sub. That's a starter level sub for FC Tulsa to bring in. He brings in a lot of quality, a lot of experience. And then Kimi Ordonez, really exciting prospect, came up out of Cincinnati. Excited to see what he's coming on for. These are meaningful minutes here as he comes on in the 64th minute. He's coming in from Loudoun United.
There's a cross. Kind of a mix between the two. That's a good build, though, from the home side.
And it's still coming down that right side, Josh. They're still exploiting it pretty much however they want to. A lot of these crosses seem to be begging for somebody to be on the back post, and most of the runs have been either central or at the front post.
Still loose in the box. And a yellow card issued. Was that Tyreek Scott that they got on the yellow, or Malloy?
I'd have to see it again.
It was indeed Scott.
And a scrum in there. He takes the heavy touch, makes the turn. Kuchevsky's on it. And then it's Scott coming in, sliding late. Gets Kuchevsky.
You can't fault the effort there, that's for sure. Conference race is heating up. And SeatGeek is the official ticketing partner of the USL. You can get all your USL tickets and more from the #1 ticketing site, SeatGeek. Your ticket to great seats. Yes. The entire Lexington SC side taking this opportunity to hydrate, and FC Tulsa as well.
Just a little background on Kimi Ordonez. Oh, we have a second now that he's come on. I mean, this is a guy who's played 15 games for the Guatemala national team. He's only 22 years old. He actually recorded an assist in the CONCACAF Gold Cup against the U.S. in the semifinal.
Talk about a moment, huh?
FC Tulsa looking for one of those moments now.
Now this Lexington SC team, they have not grown accustomed to being held off of the scoreboard. When the last time they were shut out was in the Prince Tires USL Cup. That was all the way back against Indy 11, but 4 matches since then without being shut out. And the last time that they were shut out in championship competition, you have to go all the way back to a match against Orange County SC. It has been some nearly 3 months.
And that's Orange County, who's #1 in the West. That's a high-quality squad. And it's a high-quality offense. We've seen them create time and time again. But they haven't been able to they haven't seemed to be able to make that final pass that really unlocks high-quality chances.
Eight straight matches without being shut out in championship play for the visiting side here tonight.
I got a feeling there's still a goal left in this game here, Josh. Feels like too many chances and opportunities for there to not be one. Neither of these teams are playing for a tie yet.
Chipped over, flicked on with the head. Hafferty trying to possess, but had it taken away.
Yeah, it's well done by Batista to win that ball, keep it in, and not just clear it into the Tulsa night sky, but actually be able to find Jamie Weber accurately up line on the ground at a pace he can turn with.
Advantage given here. Hafferty. Delancey able to slide in and just get his foot to ball. Creates this. Sparks. Bailey Sparks trying to find a way to have a cross. He turns the corner instead. Ball just trickling across the corner of the 6-yard box. And ultimately will result in an FC Tulsa throw.
Yeah, Sparks beats his man over there on the byline, but he did just enough, did the defender, just to put Sparks off, so that by the time he got back around to the ball, he was off balance, not able to put an effective chance in.
You look at that second half possession number, a lot different story than the first half, Chaz.
It really is. It's, I mean, not to use a cliche, but it really is night and day. You look at Lexington was in the 70s for much of the first half. And this has felt more level. It's felt about level on chances. It's felt about level on possession. Tulsa right there with them. You wonder if Lexington is starting to sit off and be content with the draw. But that would surprise me, honestly. That's not in the nature of most of their players.
Another Katrina Freshmex corner kick. Knocked down. Sparks settling it, sending it back out towards Weber. Jamie Weber to Sparks. Chested it down and then went aerial. Just missed near post.
Yeah, but you like to see the creativity. Let's take a look at it. Zabi Sissoko fires up the crowd, comes in, it's in the mix. Sparks settles it, sprays it back wide. Weber makes a great move, brings it back. Sparks with a flying kick. Saw himself on the highlights. But the chance overall, dangerous for FC Tulsa there, Josh.
Well, Bill Knight Ford Pro Elite is here from a name you've trusted for almost 2 decades. A commercial sales and service center to serve the hardworking businesses of our state. Opened this past March. Visit BillKnightFordProElite.com for details. And a last opportunity for players to get the fuel needed to finish this out, and a last chance for the head coaches of these side to set the expectations, let them know where the goal might come from, and here's how we don't concede one in the process.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at how the World Cup was played, a lot of teams really, not to make it too about American football here, but they really used it as 4 quarters, and we'd be headed into the 4th quarter of this game here, and the way that teams adjusted their strategy, sometimes completely flipping on a dime. It'll be really interesting to see if both of these teams come out with their hair on fire, trying to go all out, get the winning goal, or if one team sits back and invites pressure, says, we dare you to beat us, we're content getting out of here with a draw.
Arturo Ordonez will come on, and so too will a former FC Tulsa player.
Yep.
Yosef onto the field.
Number 20, Milo Yosef. His time so far has been limited as he's come back from injury. And you hope for him that this is a positive stepping stone in his fitness and even mental health. It's hard to be out for such a long time for these guys. These guys do not want to be sitting injured, not knowing when they're going to get time back, if they're going to get time back, knowing if there's a spot back in the team for him. So it's good to see Milo Yosef with a chance at 15 good minutes here. Important minutes.
Indeed. Select is proud to be the official matchball supplier of the USL Championship. From the grassroots to the pros, Select is there every step of the way. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select products, specials, and more. Select, the player's choice. And speaking of overcoming not just the physical but the mental hurdles of a long injury. Stefan Lukic back for the home side for the second straight match. It was great to see him back onto the field last week as he subbed on. He had been eagerly awaiting that return. He said it had been far too long.
Yeah, and you can hear the crowd gets an energy boost every time they see 2-2 step onto the pitch. He brings an absolute bite and leadership, and he's going to give you, talk about 15 good minutes. That's a guy who is going to run as hard as he possibly can, beg for the ball, and put his body on the line for it. It's another guy that you're just happy for to see back because he cares about the game so much. So much so that he talked about in his time off, he got to lean more into his coaching, bringing up the next generation of Northeast Oklahoma footballers, mostly in the Bartlesville area. Good to see the guys give back to the community so selflessly.
Indeed it is, and it occurring in so many different ways. Sissoko headed that down. Looking for the bicycle kick was Ian. Still loose. Trying to have a turn, and this will indeed be a corner. There's Lukic getting involved right away.
Let's take a look at that. What an absolute battle for the ball. It starts with a really good throw from Stauffer. Sissoko heads it. Ian, how many center backs are going head over heels? The Brazilian sure did. No telling where that bike would have been if not for bold defending from Lexington.
Jamie Weber curled in low, redirected with the head. Ian was looking for far post.
Yeah, and it's another good ball in from Jamie, another near post ball. And he goes to flick it, Ian does, to that back post. It's another dangerous spot. That's one where if you hit it just right, you might tuck it in the back post. Or if you hit it wide like that, you really give yourself a shot for your own player to be on the ball.
Jacoman comes charging out to clear it away. Yeah, that's one of those where you see it miss the far post by, a few feet maybe, but you're talking about a mere inch or two off of the head on that angle. That's the difference between on frame and what we saw.
Yeah, and even from a potential assist perspective,
yes,
that's an opportunity where you see a guy at the back post making a run at that ball regularly.
Rodriguez deals it into space. It's off the crossbar. Still possession for Lexington SC. An opportunity coming to fruition oh so quickly as Rodriguez took his space and connected a pass just inside of the 18 to Scott, who had to go, nearly breaking the scoreless draw. Let's look at it again.
Yeah, really well worked. That lightning quickness from that Lexington attack we've talked about. He's in, he gets a great left-footed shot off, just gets under it a hair. Jacoman had to come off his line there, was essentially one-on-one. Scott elects to go over him, but the big man takes up a lot of space. Forced him to go high and right off the bottom of the crossbar. You talk about a matter of inches. That ball shot straight down.
FC Tulsa knows they dodged a major bullet there.
That was a surgical attack from Lexington, getting to just cut up the middle of the otherwise stout FC Tulsa defense.
FC Tulsa preparing to make more changes. And here they come. Alonzo Clark will come on for Ian. Giordano Colli will come on as well for Bailey Sparks.
Yeah, Sparks has done quite a bit of running up on that wing. Gio Colli, another guy who can create out of that midfield. We'll see if he slots into that wide spot like Bailey's been in. Usually he sits in behind those forwards, likes to send them up. So I wonder if he'll be up on a wing position like Bailey, or if he's going to drop in a little bit deeper, more of an attacking mid position. And then you got Alonzo Clark coming in like for like sub with Ian. Two center backs for one another.
Flecked it out, throw in coming the other way. From 32,000 miles of infrastructure today to the energy innovations of tomorrow, connecting people to power and communities to their future. Williams, we make clean energy happen. Curled in, redirected, and just past the outstretched hands of Jacoman. They say got some fingertips to it, and it'll be a corner kick. Another look. This ball in from Jacob Green is a beauty.
Yeah, really dangerous ball. Jacoman gets over to it. He's got a hold on his feet. He can't go for it too early. You see him kind of dive late because that ball could go absolutely anywhere, with the runner cutting in right in front of his face. But he reacts in time to parry it wide. That's well saved for a guy who hasn't been tested often this game.
One of the league's assist leaders, Aaron Malloy, to take the corner. The captain out swinging, back post, headed on. And that's why you plant somebody on the front and the back post. Alonzo Clark was there to keep it out of the back of the net. Now some space for Stauffer and company. And a foul and a card issued to Malik Henry Scott.
Yeah, it's a yellow card each for the Scott brothers. Really impressive play made by Alonzo Clark to be there, not just in the right place, to be able to handle that and get that ball away. With that many bodies around, you can't be messing around with it at your feet. He was ready, he was expectant, got it out of there, got Tulsa moving on offense.
In the box, touched over the keeper, and the offsides flag is up. One of the newest member of this FC Tulsa side, Kimi Ordonez, trying to make this crowd fall in love with him in his first match.
Yeah, and that's Alonzo Clark again with a beautiful ball over the top. But Kimi just offside. That touch that he took shows a little bit of his skill right out the gate to be able to handle that in traffic, keeper bearing down on you. And he flicks it over him. Anything could have happened from there.
Get your FC Tulsa Family 4-pack now. Get your inline general admission tickets, 4 hot dogs and 4 sodas for just $99. Head to fctulsa.com/fam4pack to get yours today. Lots of great opportunities. See championship play here in the back half of 2026 for the defending Western Conference champions. And Coach Luke Spencer, as Malik Henry Scott, will be helped back up to his feet. And you were talking about the community involvement earlier, Chaz. FC Tulsa introducing the Camp Champion program with a lot of their corporate partners who wanted to impact kids in the area, aspiring soccer players. And they had a junior ID camp, and many of those players were scholarship players sponsored by some of the corporate partners who wanted to get involved here in the Tulsa area. Great initiative by the home side here, as that's touched out, and it'll be a throw-in instead.
Yeah, there's plenty of soccer talent here in Tulsa. You heard a lot after the U.S. men's national team didn't get as far in the World Cup as a lot of people would have expected them to, about the pay-to-play structure.
Yes.
That scholarship and those scholarships from the corporate sponsorships, that's a way to bridge that gap well. Give everybody an opportunity for a high level of play.
Long throw. Last touched by Lexington. Another Katrina Freshmax corner kick.
Sissoko urging this crowd. Got them off their feet. They're ready to have the game winner scored right in front of their faces.
Out swinging, still loose with the left foot. Half volley is cleared away. A chance for Lexington to get numbers forward. They've got them surging. Able to slide to keep possession somehow. Keeping balance. Still loose in the box. And finally a last touch by Scott. Out for a goal kick. Lamar Batista able to do enough. And do so, more importantly, without committing a foul.
Yeah, that is something that he takes a lot of pride in, and you've seen it in this game. You saw it last game, where he loves a ball on the byline, where he can be physical, use his strength, and seal a guy off, and he gets fired up about that about as much as he does for a goal. Took it out on the ad board that you can see there. But man, he is just still at the end of the game, has all the energy for that kind of defense.
Trying to play that ball into the corner. A good one at that for Ordonez. Delins Pierre. Henry Scott came in to intercept and wins it back for his side. Tyrick Scott to his brother Malik. Hit first time, and Jacoman smothers it.
Man, that's another dangerous play. Kind of right at that corner, that left-hand corner of the 18-yard box. Talk about FC Tulsa finding a patch of grass that they want to exploit. Looks like Lexington might have found one for themselves.
Fourth official has indicated there will be a minimum of 4 minutes of Tulsa Tech stoppage time added here in the second half. Chipped into the box. Good job by Delins Pierre to head it away. Now service towards the back post. Jacoman lets it go. And out for a goal kick here in the closing minutes. Don't forget, if you can't watch the match, turn on Sirius XM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access on Tuesday nights. Plus your live matches from the USL, MLS, Premier League, and more. All on Sirius XM FC 157 and the Sirius XM app. Out for a Lexington throw. Jacob Green wanting to get his hands to it quick. The better chances here down the stretch have been from the visiting side, including hitting the crossbar. It was in the 80th minute from Tyreek Scott. Foul in the midfield and all tangled up, and the referee does a good job quickly to get in between Weber and Malloy as tempers flaring here in the closing minutes. Lamar Batista, the crowd appreciated what he did. He just bear hugged Malloy and pulled him away, saying, hey, why don't we just go ahead and finish this match here? And Malloy, the veteran, he appreciated the gesture indeed. He knew the more serious of the situation here is that everybody stays out of trouble.
Yeah, let's see what happens here on this collision. Physical. Jamie's in. Malloy comes low. Jamie takes exception to that. And then they kind of roll around on each other. There aren't many players who are going to like to be stood over like that, as Malloy did. And those two midfielders have played 90 minutes together, mixing it up in the middle of the park. They've seen plenty of each other at this part.
We're in double digits now on the LaCourse Law yellow card count for the match. These have been Jamie Weber moments. 4 assists in his last 5 matches overall across all competitions. The only goal 1 week ago in this stadium was Weber to Lamar Batista. Can they find the magic again? Nope, it's off the one-man wall. Joe Hafferty. There's a look at the yellow card count tonight, and there's also one that was issued to the FC Tulsa bench earlier as well. Fans, don't forget the USL Championship and League One are on CBS Sports and ESPN platforms all season long. Catch live matches and expert analysis every day on the CBS Sports Golazo Network and ESPN Plus. Go to uslchampionship.com for the complete USL TV listings.
Big moment here.
Could be the final opportunity, knowing they have to possess maybe one last ball to be sent into the mixer.
Yep, that's the guy to do it.
Sissoko. Deflected out. And that is going to do it. A hard-fought, scoreless draw here tonight. Only 1 point separated these two teams in the Western Conference standings entering the match. And we'll walk out of here without a single goal. 0-0 between FC Tulsa and Lexington SC. And there's still some tempers that are flaring pretty hot at the end of this one. No surprise to see that. But just a lot of passion and competitive spirit from these two teams. The best chance of the match in the 80th minute. Tyreek Scott off of the crossbar and didn't miss by much. It went downward. Let's take a look at our final stats here tonight. Brought to you by Bill Knight Ford. What stands out to you?
Well, you see a lot of shots and not a lot on target. I think that's a testament to both defenses, to be fair. Not a whole lot of clear-cut opportunities that were just absolutely blown by the forwards or anybody trying to make a shot on goal. Both back lines did their jobs, bent but didn't break. I think you see that final possession stat. That's more about what you would expect coming out of this game. And then, of course, you go to the yellow cards. It was a chippy game, clearly, as you see the fracas afterward. But overall, still a really well-played soccer game between two teams that feel like they're headed in the right direction, that they're starting to find their identity. And it looks like a post-game red card has just been issued to one of the FC Tulsa assistant coaches.
Well, let's take a look at our final highlights here from tonight's match. Plenty of yellow cards, 11 of them all in all, while the match was still going on, that is.
Yep, and we'll see this one. This one we thought had gone to Bailey Sparks. It was off of Sparks' foul, but we can't see here. There was something said from the bench, but then a really nice corner play from FC Tulsa. It goes wide to Ian. He's going to chip it back in here. Finds the head of Batista, but it gets cleared away. Out for a goal kick. Weber, another good ball in. It's a foul called on Batista. Keeper did enough to hold his ground. Then you see Lexington bobbing and weaving. Ultimately becomes a foul called on Scott. He's assessed a yellow. Hard-fought game. Here's another Jamie Weber corner kick. Sparks settles it, sprays it back to Weber. Gonna make a great move and find Sparks again, who brings it off his chest and just sprays it wide of the target. This, the best opportunity of the game. Scott gets it on his left foot, bangs it off the bar right in front of the line. And here's Green, puts a good, dangerous ball in, and eventually Jacoman saves it.
We'll have more to come when we come back. Scoreless draw at the end of this match between Lexington SC and FC Tulsa. Stay with us.
Craving Southern fried chicken? At Waldo's, we make it from scratch and fry it to perfection. Load up on home-style sides or fresh, handcrafted salads. Grab your crew and get your fix at Waldo's Chicken and Beer.
You can feel it. In steady hands, in quiet rooms, in every "you're going to be okay." A beat shaped by 100 years of showing up in heart, brain, and trauma care. A place where advanced medicine meets the human heart. Because care isn't just a calling here. It's a promise we've kept for generations. Then, now, always. Ascension St. John.
When the guest list grows, call Waldo's Chicken and Beer to cater. Sandwiches, sides, and fresh salads packed and ready for meetings, corporate events, and parties. From box lunches to full catering spreads, we handle the food, you take the credit.
Back from One Oak Field in downtown Tulsa, 0-0. Your final score, an even draw between these two teams. And still, when the dust settles, only 1 point separates them in the Western Conference standings. FC Tulsa with the advantage now with 23 points on the year. And here's what's upcoming for FC Tulsa. They'll hit the road. A big-time matchup at Pittsburgh this coming Wednesday. And then the following Wednesday, a makeup match from that July 4th rainout. They'll host Sacramento Republic FC here at One Oak Field. And then that following Saturday against Detroit City FC. For Lexington SC, meanwhile, they'll be headed back home to take on Monterey Bay FC. And then 1 week later against Phoenix Rising before hitting the road and taking on Sacramento Republic. So we knew this would be a close match, expected it to be close. Thought coming in with two teams that had been no stranger to clean sheets that, hey, one of them might have one tonight, but they both end up with a clean sheet, Chaz.
Yeah, I think for all the credit that Lexington's offense gets, and rightfully so, they've gotten a lot of attention, and they've earned that. But really, both defenses got stuck in, like I said earlier, bent but didn't break. Keepers each made a couple decent saves when they had to, when called upon. And overall, just weren't able to break through, but still a really lively soccer match. I think when you just look at 0-0, you know, that's the kind of score that soccer fans in the U.S. get made fun of for. But Really, that's about as enthralling as a 0-0 game is going to get.
Yeah, hard fought as expected. It was plenty dicey. When the dust settles, no goals and a scoreless draw. Both teams exit with a point. Western Conference battle where FC Tulsa had never faltered against Lexington SC. 2 wins a year ago. But the visiting side comes in and steals a point from the defending Western Conference champions. So glad you could join us for this one. Christmas in July rewarded no gifts for either side. For our entire crew and for Chaz Carroll, my broadcast partner, Josh Haley, saying good night from downtown Tulsa.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.
As far as winning the set piece battle, they have some tall guys as we see Sissoko and Goodrum get tangled up. And they were both assessed yellows there, Josh. 2 early yellows. As far as winning the set piece battle, they have some tall guys as we see Sissoko and Goodrum get tangled up. And they were both assessed yellows there, Josh. 2 early yellows.
Sissoko arguing his case. Now he wears the captain's armband. And that's a guy that has so much emotion and passion.
As far as winning the set piece battle, they have some tall guys as we see Sissoko and Goodrum get tangled up. And they were both assessed yellows there, Josh. 2 early yellows.
Sissoko arguing his case. Now he wears the captain's armband. And that's a guy that has so much emotion and passion.
As far as winning the set piece battle, they have some tall guys as we see Sissoko and Goodrum get tangled up. And they were both assessed yellows there, Josh. 2 early yellows.
Sissoko arguing his case. Now he wears the captain's armband. And that's a guy that has so much emotion and passion.
As far as winning the set piece battle, they have some tall guys as we see Sissoko and Goodrum get tangled up. And they were both assessed yellows there, Josh. 2 early yellows.
Sissoko arguing his case. Now he wears the captain's armband. And that's a guy that has so much emotion and passion. Ball. Now Dorsey splits 2 defenders to Bailey Sparks. Having a cross deflected back. And a yellow card issued to FC Tulsa's Logan Dorsey. Ball. Now Dorsey splits 2 defenders to Bailey Sparks. Having a cross deflected back. And a yellow card issued to FC Tulsa's Logan Dorsey. Ball. Now Dorsey splits 2 defenders to Bailey Sparks. Having a cross deflected back. And a yellow card issued to FC Tulsa's Logan Dorsey. Ball. Now Dorsey splits 2 defenders to Bailey Sparks. Having a cross deflected back. And a yellow card issued to FC Tulsa's Logan Dorsey. Overlooked them during this back half stretch of the season. The proof in the pudding, as they say. Tampa Bay right now leading the Eastern Conference and more points overall than anybody in the league. And we'll see our 4th LaCourse Law yellow card of the match. That time issued. Overlooked them during this back half stretch of the season. The proof in the pudding, as they say. Tampa Bay right now leading the Eastern Conference and more points overall than anybody in the league. And we'll see our fourth Lacourse Law yellow card of the match. That time issued, overlooked them during this back half stretch of the season. The proof in the pudding, as they say. Tampa Bay right now leading the Eastern Conference and more points overall than anybody in the league. And we'll see our fourth Lacourse Law yellow card of the match. That time issued, overlooked them during this back half stretch of the season. The proof in the pudding, as they say. Tampa Bay right now leading the Eastern Conference and more points overall than anybody in the league. And we'll see our fourth Lacourse Law yellow card of the match. That time issued. And there was some contact away from the ball. And a yellow card issued to Lamar Batista.
Yeah, and again, it's a tangle up with Phil Goodrum. And Sissoko really trying to plead. He probably feels like these center backs are being baited into it by Goodrum. Goodrum's playing the game with inside the game. And now we've got two center backs with yellows, and it looks like
is that stopper?
Luca.
And there was some contact away from the ball. And a yellow card issued to Lamar Batista.
Yeah, and again, it's a tangle up with Phil Goodrum. And Sissoko really trying to plead. He probably feels like these center backs are being baited into it by Goodrum. Goodrum's playing the game with inside the game. And now we've got two center backs with yellows, and it looks like
is that stopper?
Luca.
And there was some contact away from the ball. And a yellow card issued to Lamar Batista.
Yeah, and again, it's a tangle up with Phil Goodrum. And Sissoko really trying to plead. He probably feels like these center backs are being baited into it by Goodrum. Goodrum's playing the game with inside the game. And now we've got two center backs with yellows, and it looks like
is that stopper?
Luca.
And there was some contact away from the ball. And a yellow card issued to Lamar Batista.
Yeah, and again, it's a tangle up with Phil Goodrum. And Sissoko really trying to plead. He probably feels like these center backs are being baited into it by Goodrum. Goodrum's playing the game with inside the game. And now we've got two center backs with yellows, and it looks like
is that stopper?
Luca.
He's got a lot of high hopes, a lot of potential they see there as well. Boy, that was another yellow card issued. Lacourse Law yellow handed out to Xavier. He's got a lot of high hopes, a lot of potential they see there as well. Boy, that was another yellow card issued. Lacourse Law yellow handed out to Xavier. He's got a lot of high hopes, a lot of potential they see there as well. Boy, that was another yellow card issued. Lacourse Law yellow handed out to Xavier. He's got a lot of high hopes, a lot of potential they see there as well. Boy, that was another yellow card issued. Lacourse Law yellow Handed out to Xavier. Foul there against FC Tulsa. This is where teams have to be careful. Anybody who's watched any film on FC Tulsa, as we see another yellow card. This one issued to Bailey Sparks.
Yeah, let's take.
Foul there against FC Tulsa. This is where teams have to be careful. Anybody who's watched any film on FC Tulsa, as we see another yellow card. This one issued to Bailey Sparks.
Yeah, let's take.
Foul there against FC Tulsa. This is where teams have to be careful.